What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a lot of shed antler hunting, and I'm not going to have just a really big intro, so yeah, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. The thing about today is I'm actually going to be hitting quite a few different properties today. All of these properties are going to be in northern Arkansas though, so that's that. And I got high hopes in this spot right here because I've been feeding earlier in the season. I was feeding here. That's the Trophy Rock Mineral. That's what's left of it. That's an old feeder right there. I haven't used that though. Got the camera right there. And got my old stand right there. Like I said, I fed here quite a bit this past deer season. So I'm hoping that there'll be some sheds around here somewhere. But like I said, we're going to be hitting quite a few spots today. So I'm pumped for it. Okay guys, so editing is not my strong suit, okay? But if I can ever figure it out, I'm going to get one of those Google Earth pictures, you know, from like above where you can see like all the woods and everything from above. If I can figure out how to do that, I'm going to show y'all what block of woods and how it looks from above and what I'm going to be doing, because that right there is where I was just at, the stand and the old feed and all that. And here's a road right here. So my plan is to go and just kind of loop around. I'm going to start over there first, and then I'm going to loop around and then make my way back. That's my plan. That way I can hit both sides of this road like that. I think I'll do good. I should. I killed a pretty good buck opening day of season over there. But like I said, you don't ever know. But I think it was in November, early November. And I also seen the same buck again later on. That's another thing, if I can figure out how to put the picture in, I'm gonna put it in. I had another buck come in. He's a really good 8-point. I don't think anyone killed him, but if I can find his sheds, man, we'll be set then. I'm pumped for it. I need one of them shed dogs. That's what I need. Send them suckers in here. I think they're Labradors, or labs. You can tell them, like, I've seen people train them to, like, let's say find the bone or something like that, and or find the antler, whichever one it is, and they'll go find them. Man, that'd be cool right about now. Rolled my ankle 3 times. We went about 30 yards. That kind of stuff that resembles an antler. Whenever you're 20 yards off, 20, 30 yards off, and you see that right there, you're like, hey, I've got something here. But you actually don't, though. And that's aggravating. Whenever you're in these kind of woods right here, like this kind of ground, it's kind of hard to tell a trail. It's hard to find a trail because, like I said, you can't see the tracks very good. And that's hard, especially when you're shed hunting. Because when you're shed hunting, just stay on the trail. You can somewhat hit pretty close to where them sheds are. Not every time, but most of the time that's the case. Wouldn't that be something if an animal came out of there and killed me? It'd be crazy. I think I forgot to mention to you guys, but there's also a little creek that goes right through there. So that should help us out in looking for these sheds. And now we're back to my spot I was at a second ago. Went all the way through here, nothing. And we gotta go around and then loop back. And then we're gonna go to a different spot after that. I found an old deer feeder. Guess that's a start. Okay, I just walked out right there. So I have walked that entire side right there. Didn't find one. And what's so bad is I see deer. They bed down right in here. So that makes it even worse. I can't believe that. But now I'm gonna go down this side and then They were gonna go somewhere else. Well, we found where a buck was. Hopefully he dropped his shed somewhere around here. Well, there was definitely a buck going down this block right here, this block of woods. Man, I wish he'd drop his sheds right around here. That'd work good. And that, my friends, is shed number 1. Good little buck. Alrighty guys, I have officially made the loop I was telling y'all about. It's the only shed I have found right here. I'm fixing to go to another spot of the farm over in that area. Then after I do that area, we're gonna go to a public land spot. I'm trying hard to find the, like I was telling y'all about earlier, the 8-point that I've seen a couple times. I really wish I could find his sheds. That's a good buck. Only had 8 points, but man, he was big. I really want to find him. It's a good one. Okay, the spot I'm wanting to hit next is way over there, but before I go over there, I want to try and hit some of these just pastures and all. There's also a pasture on that other side right there. I want to try and hit it also before we head over to those woods. That's what I'm gonna do first. Now this is gonna be hard to find one in anyway, because it's not cut. This isn't. That makes shed hunting twice as hard right there. Whenever I was walking the pasture, I decided to duck in some of these cedars, and then that's how I'm gonna loop around and head back that way to go to that spot I was wanting to go to earlier. I just can't believe how much ground we've covered and found one shed. That is ridiculous right there. Crazy. Which I'm sure I've missed a couple. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not here, but wow. From about 20 yards off, I sure did think we were onto something. Not even seeing much deer activity, much less sheds. That's crazy to me. Okay, now we're getting close to where I was wanting to go. That's over there is where I was wanting to go. And I have made, that pasture's over there. That's where I was when I was in the pasture, was over there. And I ducked off into the cedars to look around. Then I made it back here. And now I'm gonna go over there. I got a deer. The reason I like this spot so much, I got a deer stand over there, and I see quite a few deer whenever I hunt there. I like the spot. I've killed a bunch of deer out of this stand over here, and that's another thing. If I can ever figure out how to edit all that, then I'll show you all the picture of the deer I got in that same stand I'm talking about this year. Try and put it in the video. If I can figure out how to do it, I will. I don't know if y'all can see it on the camera very good or not, but there's a pretty used trail right through here. I'm gonna stay on it, and then I'm gonna loop around to where I was trying to tell you about a second ago. There should be more. There should be a shed around here. I can't believe we haven't found 10. That's astonishing. And right there, shed number 2. Right there. Good little buck also. You know what's crazy about that? I found that shed right over there. Found that one right there, right over there. And then you just turn right there. And then I got a stand right there. That's crazy. That's what I've been calling that all day long. See the tiny little camera right there? That's for that trail. That's for that same trail that camera is. And then over there, so there's a whole new setup. I've been calling that all day long. I knew I was gonna find a shed over here. It's awesome. Need to find some more. I really wish I could find that one buck I was telling y'all about. Sheds, man, that'd be awesome. You can believe none of them are in this pasture like this. Usually you'll find one, just a couple of them in the pasture, then the rest probably be on their trails or on the fence line or something, but usually you'd find some in the pastures also. It's early March right now, but I will say most of the deer already have lost their antlers. But one of my buddies did send me a picture the other day in front of his trail camera of an 8-point that had both sides. So I don't know what to say about that, because I know my deer, they have shed. Well, I don't know, but I've seen deer bedded down in here all the time. I've still not found a shed. And that's crazy. How much land we've covered today? Only found 2 so far. It's pretty bad. Okay, I just came out there and now, look, right there, look. Holy crap. That was cool. What I was gonna say was I just came out right there. Now I'm gonna hit these pastures again, and I looked up and there was a deer. That's awesome. So we know that they're close, and there's a water source right here. Look at all them deer. Only one left. There's like 3 or 4 of them just ran. Take 2 on what I was gonna say. There's a creek right here, so hopefully there's gonna be some sheds in this pasture right here. I'm gonna hit this pasture again before I head to that other spot. I don't have as much faith in that other spot as I did this one. Which I was right about finding one shed there, but man, we should have found a bunch, in my opinion. I don't know why that is, but should. There wasn't anything in the pasture either. Alright guys, we've officially made it to the public land spot I was talking about earlier. I was just gonna be straight up with you. I don't expect as much here as I did from the other spots we were at today, but I was wrong about the other 2, so hopefully I'm wrong about this one too. I don't have as much hope in it. One thing I'm going off of is I hunt this block of woods here, and the only reason I have it standing here is because I seen a really big buck. I seen a really, really, really good one here one time. And maybe I can find his shit, since I didn't get to find that one I was looking for at the other farm. Maybe I'll find this one, but man, I tell you what, we should have found more. We've covered a lot of ground today without finding more than what we have. That's bad. I might be wrong about this spot also though, because I mean I didn't get to run a bunch of cameras in here, so there could be for all I know, it's a 180-inch buck in here. But like I said, I don't know though. I don't like to run a bunch of cameras in here. I've had a lot of stuff get stolen here. This place didn't used to be like that, but here in the past couple of years, stuff gets stolen all the time, and just place gets ran down real bad now. Didn't used to be like that, but anyways, try and be as positive as I can, but also know reality. I'm gonna get on this other end right here of this spot and go work all the way down, and then we'll see what else happens after that. I just jumped the deer, was bedded down right there and ran up. Looked like he still had one side of his rack. Wasn't a very big buck, but it was a buck. Still had one side. He was about right there, and he ran over there. That's a good sign though. Even though it's bad that he still has one side, means he's lost one of them. Well, I already looped around over there, and then I'm starting to make my loop back around. There's a little bit of a trail right here. I'm gonna stay on that trail in hopes someone could have lost one on this trail. And there is shed number 3, right there. He's not as big as those other ones I got, but we'll take it. That's number 3. I need to get me a shed dog, because if I had a dime for every time I rolled my ankle today, we'd be rich. Alrighty guys, definitely not as many sheds as I wanted to find today, but we'll definitely take it. We got to be thankful for it all. It's a gift to be able to come out here and find these sheds, which I'm sure I skipped over some. I doubt that I got every single one of them. But I will say, with me seeing that one just now, still had one side. My buddy having the 8-point on camera still had both sides. I don't think that the deer have lost all their antlers right now. I'm starting to wonder. I've covered too much ground, got 3 sheds, and I've seen and heard of too many deer still having their horns. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not making excuses, but I do think that has something to do with it, 100%. But anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope y'all enjoyed watching it as much as I did making it. I had a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys.